So I just want to, preface my remarks with, I don't have any problems with anybody's gender or whatever, however they want to live their lives, but with this, the way this is written, would this condone people with other gender preferences to push their gender onto, say heterosexuals and be eliminated from any ramifications from it? Because, I guess what I'm saying is, if someone presents themselves as a certain gender and it goes to a certain point, and then the other gender, heterosexual, gets mentally freaking unstable about this thing, like finding out that he's been kissing someone that he doesn't realize he's been kissing. What are you talking about? So, that's legitimate, isn't
Representative
it?
Price, do you have a question? If you have a question,
Yeah,
ask.
the question is if someone presents themselves as a gender and you're engaging in a relationship with them, and then you find out they're another gender and you're upset with it.
What's this got to do with the bill?
Yeah. Yeah, Representative Price. And why would you be asking Mr. DeLauro this question?
Because this bill eliminates that from the law, right?
Okay, do you want to ask the sponsor of the bill that question? Mr. DeLauro did not introduce this legislation. You understand that?
No, I'm asking him.
He's here on behalf of the Public Defender's Office trying to talk about the bill.
Right, and I'm asking him a question.
Okay, go ahead, ask your question.
Is this not an appropriate question?
Well, that's not for me to determine.
Okay.
Go ahead, ask your question. I'm trying to get you to the question. So far, it's just been a statement, so maybe you got cut off. What's your question?
Okay. If someone engages in a relationship and gets to a sexual encounter, and then they find out that the person that they've been in the relationship with is not the gender that they're been presented with, will this be admissible in court if they, get a little upset about it?
I'll answer the question for you. No, that would not be admissible.
Okay, so this is
it would not be available.
Is this condoning lying to people and presenting people as a different gender and misleading people into a relationship that mentally disturbs people when they find out what finally happens?
Representative Price, I don't think Mr. DeLauro is the right witness for that question.
I'm not pointing at this. I'm just...
Okay, but this is during the committee process. We ask questions of witnesses. So I'm just not sure that he's the right witness for this question.
Sorry about that, Mr. DeLauro.
Oh, it's all right,
could you
you know.
answer that question? Do you want to? If you don't want, that's fine.
To be honest with you, Representative Price, I'm not sure I understand your question, and I'd hate to just go out on a limb not fully understanding it. Does this, if you're saying...
Does it eliminate people from getting pissed off when they find out that
Representative Price, I'd ask you to use appropriate language for the legislative process, please.
Yeah. Upset.
Will people still get upset if this is...
No. Will this eliminate if someone finds out that they've been deceived into a relationship and they get upset about it and might get a little physical about it? Will that eliminate this from being presented in the courtroom?
I would have to say that it might, yes.
And
If that information is used as a defense or attempted to be used as a defense, this legislation would prevent that. By saying that the legislature does not believe that that is a permissible defense.
So,
And so we would be overriding common law, which happens all the time.
so, one more question. So in your professional opinion, would you think that that's a good idea or condone that? Or leave it up to the judge's discretion?
Well, I always think that the judge's discretion is the best way to deal with sensitive issues. And I think that any lawyer who chooses to be a litigator knows what they need to do to exclude some evidence from a case, such evidence from a case, or such a defense from a case. And you don't need legislation like this to do it, I guess is the simplest way that I could say it. And that's the reason I think that the law, at least in two of these areas, has been created by the court and not by this body, right? Because it is a matter of common law and because it's sensitive and deals with, you know, how people think about things. So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, that was a long way around that question. Sorry about that, but thanks for your answer. Thank
Sure.
you. Thank you, Chairman.